What's up, what's up, what's up? It's Jonathan Belcher here, just hanging out. Decided to cut this quick video before I actually head out to enjoy my Saturday afternoon. And this has been something really deep on my mind. Now, this information I'm going to share with you in this video can be worth $1 million to you, right? Like literally $1 million, because it changed my life. And it's something, of course, having to do with success, right? And abundance for you and prosperity in your life. And honestly, a lot of times in life, we look at people's circumstances, we look at the life that they're living, we look at their possessions, right? We look at their cars, their homes, their title, their profession, and that's how we base success off of, right? That's where we look at the things that people have, all of these external things, and all of these things that we see with the eyes, right? But to be honest with you, all those things that you see with the eyes came from a whole bunch of stuff that you cannot see, right? And the reason why those things happen for that person, if you see somebody having a lot of success, whether it be an online business, entrepreneurship, right? The reason why they're having so much success is only because of what's going on up here, right? It's nothing, everything going on in your life up until this point. Now, this might be a hard pill for some of you to swallow, but every last thing that has been happening in your life up until this point happened to you because of the way you've been thinking, right? Now, of course, there are things in our life that happen that we can't control, but we can always control how we always react to certain situations. Now, when you see a person having success, it's nothing but a representation of what's going on the internal. So the internal forces, you have to master your inner game in order to bring about whatever you want to manifest in the external world, right? So if you want to change your life, if you want to transform your life, if you want to live financially free, be able to travel more, be able to get the car of your dreams, maybe there's been a home or a mansion you've been looking at that you've been wanting for some time, the only way you're going to be able to ever get that stuff and change your situation is by changing up here first. Because if up here has been getting you, if the thought process you've been using in the past has been getting you a certain type of result, then obviously you have to change your thinking, right? Once you change your thinking, because just think of it like this. Every single last decision you've made in your life came from a thought first, right? It came from some type of thought or feeling first. So you got a thought that popped into your mind, and then after that thought, you made some type of decision. And then after that decision that you made, right, there was some type of result that came from that decision. And that's basically all success. The difference between success and failure is who's working on their inner game and who's not. That's where the difference in success is gonna lie in most people in this world. That's where the disparity lies between the rich and the poor. And I always used to say, you know, there's a lot of money in the world, right? There's so much abundance in the world. If you just spread out all the money that's in the world amongst everybody, then everybody would be comfortable, right? Everybody would have money. There's enough money for everybody to live comfortably. Why is there anybody who's poor? True, but if you did disperse the money and spread it out evenly amongst the world, you'll be surprised to find out that years later, everything will just go back to normal. Everything will just go back to normal. All the people who are poor, they'll go back to being poor. All the people who are rich to begin with will go back to being rich. All the people who are middle class, they're gonna go back to being middle class. Why? Because it's all about what's going on within you, right? So the best success you can have, the most success you could possibly focus on is, if that made any sense at all, whatever, right? The main thing you want to focus on is improving your inner game, right? Developing your mindset, right? Instead of thinking broke, do things to start thinking rich. And you say, John, how can I start thinking rich? How can I start thinking abundantly? Well, things that I do is I read daily, right? Like 20 to 30 minutes a day of personal development books. Some books, to name a few, that really changed my life. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. From the Trash Man to the Cash Man by Myron Golden. The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. The 50th Law by Robert Greene. I mean, there's so many different personal development books that I immerse myself into, because how do you expect to get the results of somebody successful if you're not thinking like that successful person? The only reason why that successful person is living the life they're living and have everything that you want or the results that you want is because they're thinking different from you. They're not better than you. They're not more talented than you. They don't, you know, they're not like, they put their clothes on the same way as you do, right? They use the bathroom the same way as you do. They probably eat very similar foods as you do, right? But the only difference is the way they've been thinking. The way they've been thinking is so empowered that, just like they say, you know, talent, what they say, there's a saying that goes like this. hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, right? And that makes a lot of sense, because it doesn't matter what type of everybody has natural God-given talents. But if you don't work those talents, if you don't express those gifts, if you don't express those skill sets that you have, then it's never even, you might as well not even have it, right? You might as well not even have it. So I just find in the world, there's a lot of people who have these gifts and these skill sets and that they don't even know they have yet. But until they tap into the inside, until you tap into developing your inner game, changing your character, your mindset, your thoughts, how you view the world, your perspectives on situations, how you react to certain situations, until you learn how to change that, nothing in your life is gonna change. The results, your bank account is not gonna increase, right? And even if it does, it's gonna go back to normal, right? You're not gonna get that house you always wanted that's a mansion. You're not gonna experience financial freedom. It's just common sense, right? If you wanna change your life, you have to change your thinking. Change your thinking, change your life, guys. So I want you to have a vision. Challenge yourself to have a vision and to start doing things. Get around the people who are successful and getting the results you want. Start listening to them, because that's what's gonna help you to get there, right? Once you're listening to successful people, it won't be long before you have their thought process, and then you'll be acting in the way that they do, and then from that point on you'll start getting the results that they do, guys. So that's just the cycle of success. Work on your inner game, and everything in the external forces has to give you what you want. The universe has to give you what you want, as long as everything in your inner game is mastered, controlled, and you understand it, and you tap into your greatness deep within, guys. This is Jonathan Belcher. Know that there's greatness within you. I will see you guys in the next video. If you want a way to make money online, or you need an opportunity to make money and you want to become financially free, there should be a link below this video where you can get information on how to do that and join my team. I will see you guys on the other side. Peace.